Welcome back to the workshop. My name's Jack, this is Everyman Builds, and today we are unboxing this Charnwood SS16F scroll saw, which comes with a foot pedal and a Dremel attachment. So I got this scroll saw to make some Halloween type decorations. I made some on the CNC and they look lovely. Yeah. But that's for another video. In this video, we are unboxing this. And we're going to set it up and see what it's about. Now the reason I got this one over some others is one, it was in stock and it could get today, yesterday. Two, it came with a foot pedal, and it also comes with a Dremel type attachment. I don't have Dremel, and I quite wanted one, and it will help with sanding the inside of the small curves, rather than using it as a drill press. There we have it. Thanks for watching. Take care. So it's got the usual polystyrene and wrapping. One, it keeps it safe during transit, but it's a pain to get rid of. Not good for the environment. So this model supports both pinned and plain blades. It has an adjustable table, so the blade is always vertical, but you can adjust the table to suit the angle that you want. It comes with a battery-powered LED inspection light. We'll get some screws, get a screwdriver and sort that out in a moment. It has on the front a variable speed dial, on-off VFD type thing, and the dust extraction port and so on the top of it here, there are two small recesses. Look at the camera and see. One there and one here. Legit, there's just a plain blade setting jig. These two slot into there. The pinless blade then slots in through the holes, through the two tiny little grub screws here, and then we clamp down on that, and that's the distance that it needs to be if we want to have a pinless blade. But we're not going to use that, we're going to use the pin blade, because that's in there. There's a switch at the front here, so that it runs all by itself, no foot pedal required. Or if we switch that off, we can then operate with the foot pedal. Okay, so I was expecting quite a blast of air from this, but it's actually just a gentle breeze. It'll probably clear all the dust away. Before it to be a hairdryer. It does say to cover the power takeoff for the Dremel when we're not using it, because if I have it in, it's going to operate all the time. I don't know if we can call it a Dremel. Maybe we have to call it a rotary attachment. This spins all the time when the blade is in. That's out of that. That's not a very nice finish. Quite a rough table. Might need to give that a quick wipe. Some 400 steel wool, maybe some wax. And tighten it down as well. It comes with a series of tool attachments. We've got some mini grinders. We've got a drill, sanding pads. We've got to go on here. We've got what looks like a diamond tip one. We've got a brush, and we've got some buffing wheels. They're all things that I'll use. It's not that fast. There's probably a better way to do that. Maybe there's a tool in here for it. Oh, there it is. Like an Allen key, but it's just cylindrical. So that goes into here. Lock that down, and we tighten that. The dust port on this, I believe, is 31mm. I will just double check. Calipers. 35 outer diameter, 31 inner diameter. There is, on the side here, switch this off, a storage compartment for, open, for blades and things in there. Lock that away. The front here on the dust port, the knob to adjust the table gets in the way of the outside, and you're going to have to turn that a bit to get something in there. It has a mitre gauge, but I don't think I'm going to use it. And it's got a track that way, so we can do that if we want to. We'll just cover that back up. We're going to use it. Make sure the blade is nice and tight. I'm going to go and get a piece of scrap, and we'll make a cut. I've got a piece of hardwood. It's got beech and sapele. It's an offcut from a failed bandsaw box. We'll lower that down so it's just above the workpiece, but still slice freely. Use the light because we can, and I'm going to move the camera around this side, and then we'll cut something. It's probably worth saying as well that the rotary tool has a speed of 1650 to 4950 variable speed. The table goes from 45 to 90 degrees. It has a variable speed of the blade here of 550 to 1650. It has a throat depth of 405 millimeters, which is quite a lot. It has a maximum depth cut of 50 millimeters when you're at 90 degrees and 20 millimeters when you're at 45 degrees. And the table size is 414 millimeters by 254 millimeters. Let's say it's struggling to cut. That's quite nice cut. A nice sharp corner here. Nice smooth curve. Nice finish. Probably do a tiny bit of sanding, but not a lot. It's a nice clean edge. I'm going to say stock blade, but it's not going to get more different. I don't think it will get a bigger blade. It's a very, very low curve cut. Let's cut something else. Oops. I broke it. It was a weak glue joint, which is why the bandsaw was failed. Try again. Yeah, very nice cut, very nice finish. And we've got, I don't know what that is, cucumber. Well, there we have it, the Charmwood SS16F scroll saw with Dremel attachment teeth, inspection light, angle bed with mitre slots, it's both pinned and pinless. It has a blade storage, dust extraction, variable speed from 550 to 1650 or 1650 to 4950 for Dremel. Tension at the back, blade setting jig. It has a little air pump that does spray some air, but not an awful lot, so don't expect to dry your hair with it. Blade guard, another blade guard or blade workpiece holding thing. It would need bolting to the bench because it's bouncing around a bit as it is right now, and I think that's going to make it fit for use. I will fix it to the bench before I use it properly. It is a cast iron table, but it's got a very, very, very rough finish on it, so I'll probably give that a rub down with some steel wool and then put some machine wax on it. Thank you for watching. If you found the video helpful at all, let me know, leave a like, comment, maybe subscribe, and stick around for the next video, which is going to be making some more of the Halloween boxes on this, hopefully quicker than the CNC. Because that takes about an hour and a half for one small box front. And I'm hoping I can get it done in maybe 10 minutes or less, 5 minutes. We'll see. I'll set myself a challenge. How quick can I do it on this versus the CNC? And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.